This is how you're going to set up Ableton each week, whether this is in the family room or the student center or wherever. The process will be the same. So the first thing you're going to do is on the desktop here, you're going to open the Click Tracks folder, and you're going to right click on the project that you want and go to Always Keep on this device. If that doesn't show up, you need to make sure that OneDrive is running up here in the top right. If it's not, come down to the bar and open OneDrive. You might have to go to the launch pad. See it there too. So wherever it is, make sure OneDrive is running. Right click on your folder, Always Keep on this device, and that will download the project folder to the computer. Okay, and all of our files are downloaded now. So we're going to open the project. Make sure you open the ALS file. And that's going to open up live. That's fine if you get any error messages, just okay. Okay, first thing we want to do is go up to Live, Settings, go to Audio and Audio Output Device, and Yamaha TF. If you don't see it there, that means that the console's not turned on, and you need to turn on the audio system. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is we need to set our track outputs. So our click, make sure it's X'd out, needs to go to click. Guide needs to go to click. MP3 goes to click. Pads are going to go to master. Oh yeah, so let's get rid of that. Open up your master here. The top one is where the metronome will be sent. We want that to go to click. And then the bottom one is where everything set to master will be sent, and we want that to go to tracks. So make sure that's set as well. Okay. And then we'll go to our backup tracks and set these outputs. This is going to X'd out drums, bass to bass, bass, acoustic 1, acoustic 1, acoustic 2. Alright. Lead guitar part, we're normally going to send that to right guitar in the family room. In the student center, you'll pick where you want to send it, either to electric guitar 1 or electric guitar 2. Rhythm guitar, normally going to go to left. And then piano is going to go to 1, 2 keys. What you want to do on the board is change the sources for any of your tracks that you're going to be sending from Ableton, and maybe double check some things. So let's say you wanted to send the keys, you didn't have a keys player this week, and you need to send the tracks from Ableton. You're going to select that channel, come over here to your screen, tap the head amp settings there to open them up, and you're going to change it to USB. So USB is the Ableton source, slot is the inputs on the stage, and then inputs is the inputs on the board. For instruments on the stage, though, you won't use that. So slot for inputs on the stage, USB for Ableton. And then you want to make sure your click channel is set to USB, and you want to make sure your tracks channel is set to USB. For the drums iPad, the one that's controlling the tracks, controlling Ableton, you're going to open MIDI network, and you're going to want to make sure that you're connected to the appropriate session. In the family room, it's Family Room Ableton. You tap it and tap Connect, and then you'll see it under Connections. In the Student Center, you'll see SC Ableton, SC for Student Center. And then you're going to go to Pad MIDI, and you should be good to go. If you get any kind of a message there, you can just hit OK or cancel or whatever, just to get to this screen. If your drummer is not able to control the tracks, there's a couple things to check. On the Mac, you're going to go to Go, Utilities, Audio MIDI Setup, and then you're going to go to the Window menu, Show MIDI Studio, and you're going to select your network icon here, and you're going to make sure you have your session 1 with a check mark next to it, and that it's on port 5004, local name session 1. Bonjour name is what the iPad is going to see, and that's the name of what you need to connect to on the iPad. Now, let's go through and review our stuff here and make sure everything is good. Okay, that metronome cue is a little late. Bring it back to there where the click stops. Go through. This loop cue is on the wrong track. So we need to bring that. It was on the metronome stop cues instead of the loop cues. MIDI cues, loop, and you can put this at the measure that's like right before the last measure. Okay, and that will loop it back. Okay, you've got 2 loop locators here. You only need 1. So we can delete that one. Okay, go through. Okay, we've got a pad loop here. Okay, again, you've got the loop on the wrong track there. Our metronome is a little late again. Is this first song in not in 4/4? I don't know why there's a time signature change there. Oh, the second song. Is it in 3/4? What time signature are we in here? Yeah, why is there a time signature change there? Bring that back to where the click actually ends. We can delete that. But we do need a locate. Okay, loop. Can bring that back to where the song ends. Okay, and we've got like, we can let this fade out some more. I don't know why it's like that. Okay. If you do want to end it earlier, you should fade out tracks so they don't stop abruptly. Okay. Now we put our loop back about there. We need our loop cue. 1 measure before the last measure, so 2 measures before the next song. Okay, and then the next song is in... Is it in 3/4? I guess so. Okay. And then the next song is in 4/4, which is good. Okay, let's bring our metronome to where the click stops, and then our stop cue can come a lot sooner. Okay, metronome cue is good. Again, let's bring the metronome cue where the metronome stops. Whoops. Alright, so let's see if we have any time signature changes in these songs. You Cannot Be Stopped. I'm not aware of any. Raise a Hallelujah. Also not aware of any. How Deep the Father's Love. I'm assuming is in 3/4 the whole way. I haven't heard that one. Let's look at the end of the click. Yeah, it looks right. Okay, another thing to look at here is you've got 3 measures after the song ends of nothing, and then the next song starts. So you might want to look at overlapping those 2. And then Hallelujah for the Cross. Yeah, that one stays consistent. Okay. And Jesus Paid It All is in 3/4. But you don't have it starting soon enough there. So there we go. Yeah, your time signature change was a measure late, so that threw everything off. Okay, yep, now it stops on a downbeat. So that should work. So yeah, always make sure to go through, check your tempo changes, make sure you're actually playing back this stuff and listening to it as much as is practical. Okay, And now you're ready to go. Yeah, and something's not right here, so we'll go back and fix that in a minute, because we're not ending on a downbeat. And then our stop cue can, again, come a lot sooner. Okay,